Alright guys, it's been a while
It's Pipsqueak and the Leg Man.
and we broke things.
We didn't break things. Our audio broke.
Yes.
Let's get this straight.
Fair point. It's not our fault. It's always someone else's fault.
Well, I'm not saying it's someone else's fault. It's just for some reason our recording device program decided to not save the entire set, even though we watched it record, and when we hit done, I only got like 17 minutes of the hour you recorded.
Yeah, I gotta love that. So, we're recording, we're using a new recording program. Hopefully this one doesn't shit itself to death. And we're using a new microphone, so hopefully we sound much better, assuming we remember to kind of vaguely talk into the mic, sort of. So I'm probably going to be super loud, but because of our mic position, Pipsqueak's probably going to come in and out. So we'll try and fix that later.
I'll try. I normally speak loud, but
Yeah.
while recording, for some reason, I come in a lot more softer.
Let me see if I can,
First off,
without
let
making
us.
too much noise and killing everybody's earballs.
You've awakened to your rehabilitation.
I do love this game. Like every
Yeah.
time like I watch you play it, I just want to keep playing it again.
That's
For
kind
probably
of how I
about
feel
the
with
fifth time.
It's really fun. Like I actually, well, it doesn't help that I currently hate my job, but at work I'm just like I want to be home and I want to play more Persona and I want to record it more.
Well, it's a nice relaxing game because you have
It
that
is.
slice of life where you're like, I can go and be a high schooler. We don't have all the homework, so
Yeah, exactly.
we
No
can,
homework
we
ever.
can go back to high school. Have no responsibilities of having to go to a job, make money, and be able to pay for rent and all other stuff.
Oh, I don't have the guts. I remember that.
Yep.
I wanted to talk shit to him and he wouldn't let me.
Yeah, you're gonna find out there's a lot of stuff that you can not do until you meet your challenges for all your proficiencies. Like, you gotta be smart to do certain things. Like, there's gonna be certain, like, friends that you can only hang out with if you meet their stat.
Yeah.
And some of them have a very high entry point, like,
Kind of like keeping Rex alive in Mass Effect 1. Where it's like, unless your Paragon or Renegade is at max fucking level, you're gonna shoot him in the head.
The Metaverse Navigator is a gift from our master. Devote yourself
I do
to
love
your
the twins.
training
They're very
so
cute.
that you
Oh,
It must be
you know what?
disheartening
Hang on a
to
second.
make use of the
Alright, so I just realized that it's gonna be really easy to sync this because we can hear the game audio in the microphone.
oh,
Yeah, so we should probably
Hold
turn,
on.
back and
turn,
enjoy whatever
turn,
rest you
turn.
might have.
hold on. Let me.
Alright, so cut this out.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
It's
the problem
it's
is,
still on. Just turn it off. Yeah, just,
or we can just start over.
nah, that's fine.
Okay.
Alright, so we fixed that now.
Sorry for the double audio, if
Yeah.
there was any.
Well, at least it'll make syncing it a lot easier.
I mean, it's really not.
You can't just
It's
like,
not that hard because,
layer it up.
well, it's very easy, but I don't want to bore anyone with it.
Tuesday, the 12th.
In April.
Yeah, in April.
We don't know a year.
Well, I mean, we can extrapolate.
Well, we don't know because it says like
XX, no, I
20
know, but
XX,
as I
well.
recall, there's a dude from Persona 3 that shows up in the game, and he gives his age, or Persona 4, and he gives his age, so that's why people have been able to figure out when this takes place.
I've played this and I don't remember encountering anyone from Persona 4. I know you can have from Persona 4 Rise. There's a poster because she's still performing because she's got a new album out. And one of the other characters, Naoto, on I think it's a certain day when you watch the TV, they'll have a news report from Naoto, like kind of talking to her, and like they're still investigating. So there's only like references, like you never see any person from Persona 3. Because to be fair, Persona 3 takes place in a location that does not exist in Japan. It is a made-up city, where this game takes place in actual cities in
It's
Japan.
like Sapienza in
Yes.
in Hitman. Yeah.
Exactly, just like that. Where it's like, it looks like it'd be real. And it probably is based on real stuff, but they just
But
rename
they
it.
had to, change the names for copyright reasons.
Or when, like Assassin's Creed, like when they put the text
Exactly.
saying, anyone who might have the same name, just a coincidence.
Yeah,
Like, none
we
of this,
definitely didn't base them exactly on that person.
right?
I figured that's probably easier than using the small penis defense, which is a method of, it's an actual legitimate, like, legally accepted method of parody defense, I guess, where basically you if you have a character who you've based on someone else, you give them a small penis under the delusion that no one would want to admit. No one would basically say, this is obviously me, because that would be admitting they have a small penis. Yeah, it's a weird
I'm
thing.
just gonna keep shaking my head because it's just stupid.
So, another fun fact. So, because obviously this has the slice of life thing and has a very sort of light novel, choose your own adventure book sort of core component to it.
Kind of.
I've actually suggested this to people at work who come in looking for Detroit Become Human because for about a week we didn't have Detroit Become Human. People didn't expect it to be as popular as it was, I guess.
I mean, it's the same thing that was with Heavy Rain. I don't think Heavy Rain like came out and was that
Exactly.
popular. It was just more people like looked at it like, oh wow, that's actually a fun game. And
I want to go in there and hit X over and over to yell Jason at everything in the most inopportune moments.
So, in the original Heavy Rain, yes, you did hit Hex to Jason in the very beginning when you lose your son.
In the mall, yeah.
Yes.
And then there's that glitch.
No, it wasn't Jason because you have twins.
Yeah.
It's like whatever Jason's twin brother was named. Like you hit that to search for him, and then he obviously gets hit by a car. And then you have Jason. Jason gets kidnapped by the origami killer.
Yeah.
And there's a glitch. At the
Yeah,
end
where
of
you
the
can hit
game
X to
where
hit
it
Jason!
keeps giving you the problem. The best part is even when you're not playing as him, it still goes on. So you'll be like the chick fighting the killer, and you can hear
Jason!
like really way off in the distance. And the best part is, if you kept those two alive, at one point like she's like fighting the killer, and the father is like running to go save her,
Yeah.
and you can hear go, Jason, 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 as he's getting closer. You can hear him getting closer, and it's the funniest thing ever.
But yeah, I've had a bunch of people come in either looking for Detroit, we couldn't have it, or they were like, hey, I'm trading in Detroit because I finished it, and I want to get another game like it. And I'm like, well, have you tried the Telltale games? Yeah, I've done them all. Have you tried Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls? Yeah, I've done them all. I'm like, well, you might like this game because it's basically got the slice of life aspect, but then it has another game on top of that, so people can.
Right.
And the fact that it has that safe difficulty means that even people who are just into it for the slice of
Or
life bit
people like
can.
myself that just are not good at turn-based strategy.
I
I'm
love
not
turn-based strategy.
I mean, I like Pokemon, but
Yeah.
but Pokemon's so easy that you can literally build your team without any status effects and
Yeah.
just keep wailing on them, and then you'll get them.
This
For me,
game really
I'm-
really concerns itself with weaknesses.
Oh yeah, and there will be certain skills that you would need to boost stats, nullify their stats, and stuff like that. For me, it's too much.
Yeah, I believe it. That is one thing that I don't imagine we'll ever be able to do simply because of the nature of crap, I forget the name of the company.
Cool. For what game?
For the people who make Pokemon, not just Nintendo, the
Oh,
actual.
you mean Game Freak?
Thank you, Game Freak.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because of the nature of Game Freak, we'll never be able to do it. But I would love to do a Nuzlocke playthrough of Pokemon Uranium.
Yeah, but they shut that down though.
I have it though.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
But they also have a habit of attacking or claiming videos.
Oh,
of,
Nintendo is like vicious.
Yeah. So
Nintendo's like piranhas.
if
like,
we did put it up, we'd have to label it as something else, like Pokemon Blaranium.
No, I mean, we probably could fudge the name a teensy bit, but we'd all set the turn all music down just
Oh,
to
yeah.
keep it.
Which I'm totally fine with, because I don't really need the music. And also, let's be real here, they totally copied a lot of things.
I'm just now remembering
His
Kamashuna's giant
fucking chin,
but I
yeah.
also like how they shaded it,
Yeah,
so
the
you
dent.
really see where his chin is and where his mouth is. Like really separate the two.
Yeah, and
Also, his giant. He's got like a
he
Muppet.
looks.
he looks
he
like a
does.
Muppet.
He looks like Bert. Damn it, Ernie. I saw this great comic before I came over here today. It was a guy doing the hand thing, going, "Oh, I hate Eric. He's always like blah 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 blah." And then he turns around and Eric's behind him, and Eric's head is a hand doing the blah 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 motion. And he goes, "Damn it, John, that's very hurtful. Why would you say
I
that?"
think I see that before. That's enjoyable. Just
Yeah.
like you think he's making fun. It's like no, he literally is just a giant.
Yeah,
man.
he's just a- He's like the characters from Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Look what you've done. Michael Keaton is going to show up here and tell us that he's Batman.
That'd be cool though.
Did you know that he used to mess with Tom Holland on the set of Spider-Man: Homecoming? By during takes, he would just be like,
built something like that though.
"I'm Batman," and then like just yeah, so it's just it is straight up. He would just like try and make Tom Holland freak the fuck out, break character.
Let me know if you notice something.
Yeah.
I still love the part in the last Avengers movie.
We're at school.
In Avengers Infinity War?
Yes, thank you. For
Okay.
some reason I was thinking Civil War. I'm like, that's absolutely.
I thought you were trying to describe it, and I was like, I
No.
can't help you here.
No. In the latest movie, I do love how when Doctor Strange is like, oh, my name's Doctor Strange, and then Spider-Man immediately
Oh,
is
we're
like,
doing-
oh, we're using our like unique names. Like,
worry,
no,
our
superhero names.
He's legitimately a doctor, and his last name is legitimately Strange.
He is. Oh, he's quite strange. I love how people keep making jokes about his name too.
Right?
Like in his own fucking movie, they got that shit going where it was like,
To be fair,
What's
it's
your
it's such a different name. You would think like,
What do you think?
wait, that's really your name? It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Go for it.
I already did.
I'm not sure we've met, Mr. Doctor. Mr. Doctor? It's strange. Maybe. Who am I to judge? It's like, God damn it! You can just feel Benedict Cumberbatch's anger at
That's when you know you have the best dialogue. Is that you can make jokes based on a name, and the characters are obviously going to respond in that way.
It's like
perfect.
that's the yeah, it's amazing like that. I love when things play like when media plays strange names like that completely straight with how people would react to encountering someone with that name in real life. I feel like you get an easy laugh out of it, but B, it really helps kind of sell the character that like, no, really, this is their name. They've had this name forever. They were bullied in high school for it.
I just realized just how Ryuji just snatches the phone.
Oh yeah, he
and
straight up just steals our fucking phone, man.
If we're
He's
just
going
like-
through our nudes.
Okay, cool. Just put my hand back in my pocket.
I can't
No
delete
big
it, just
deal.
like all those nudes.
That's why you don't have shit on your phone.
Yeah.
That's just asking for trouble.
Especially in this day and age. Like, it's one thing to take pictures for a significant other, maybe even send them to a significant other.
I still feel like you should sign a contract of. You really have to know your significant other because
Yeah.
that shit can get out, and once it's out,
It's
wildfire.
gone, yeah. And
If
it's
you're-
like,
if anyone's
you don't
in
even
high
have
school,
to be...
do
oh,
not
God, yeah.
send anyone nudes because no one is gonna respect your
Then we
privacy
went in a
because
certain
no one
direction.
cares at that point.
Oh, yeah. Fucking
I mean,
high
no one
school
still
is
cares
horrible
now
for that
as
shit.
adults, but in high school they don't.
They really don't care, yeah. It's just straight up like, oh, hey, I've got pictures of a naked woman.
Even if it's a dude,
Yeah.
just
Oh,
hanging
yeah.
dog.
Exactly. Just
Women are gonna still send it
all
out
the
there.
dick pics.
At least be smart with your dick pics and don't show your face. Then it's just a dick.
Yeah, then it's just a
You
dick.
might know it's your dick.
And the
but other
best
people
part
don't.
is if you take the picture right, not only will it not show your face, but it'll make your dick look enormous. So you can then be like quietly proud of yourself because it's like, yeah, this picture floating around where everybody labels it Monster Cockaroo.
And you're like, yeah.
You're like, yeah, that's me and my
But no one
4-inch
knows.
penis.
But you know.
But you know.
You know.
All right, we've now entered the mysterious land.
It's
Oh,
all-
that's right. So it's been so long since we've recorded this, mostly as a result of adulting.
catching up on
that,
other games, too.
That I totally forgot that at this point in this recording, Ryuji still doesn't have his persona.
Nope.
It's like that motherfucker.
I mean, obviously he's already here. If anyone didn't know that, yeah, my team
Yeah.
exploit. But let's be honest, he's on the cover of the game.
Yeah, if they're on the cover of the game,
And
you can
he's
pretty
already
pres-
in here with us.
can
I
pretty
mean,
safely
it
bet they're
would
gonna
be
have one.
weird if he never did.
Exactly.
It
He's
would
the
be
first
like-
member of our party.
It's very true.
Stop making
I'm
a
still sad that
commotion.
he isn't.
Still, favorite line in the entire game. You jelly.
Mm-hmm.
There's another line that is my all-time favorite, but we have to get
The
there.
shadows
I
started
won't
acting
spoil
up,
that
so
because
I
that's
came
my
here
favorite.
wondering what it could be.
Familiar voice. Gee, I wonder who it could be.
I love how it says familiar voice. It shows him.
literally
and he's
fucking
literally
Morgana.
over there in the corner, like
Yeah.
I'm not hiding or anything. You can clearly see it's me and my
And you can
giant
tell it's
icon
me
saying
because I've
it's
got
me.
a giant balloon
This
head.
castle, it would
I
only
feel like
keep
that's
this
very
castle
anime,
warm.
where they just
is.
ruin the whole entire like, who could it? Oh, I already know.
Since you called him Kamo, it's
Couldn't even do a
obvious it's
silhouette.
distorted heart.
I'm a little sad that the
Even a
persona never
silhouette
did.
would give him away. I mean, he's a cat monster thing.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
at
no
least
one
have-
else is in that shape.
At least make the token effort to obscure him, you know? I'm a little sad that they never did a crossover with Persona 5 and Team Fortress 2, because Team Fortress 2 has so many other crossovers with like Deus Ex and Left 4 Dead, obviously because it's Valve, but a bunch of other games as well. So you get like special hats and stuff, because they did for Thanksgiving about 4 years ago, they did the bird heads, which was literally that. It would replace the classic character's head with a bird head, and they'd have new custom dialogue for it as well. And they'd make jokes about laying eggs in people's mouths, and it's the bird head, and all that jazz. And I would love if, like, for the spy, you could get a Morgana head.
This is bullshit.
He's so obvious. It's like running around in Rainbow Six with a giant yellow jumpsuit saying,
Yeah.
"Hey, I know I'm supposed to be kind of hiding
With all the
and being
hazmat gear,
sneaky,
yeah.
but I'm bright yellow. I'm right here."
Or playing as Buck or Frost onto any map except Yacht. Oh, look, there's a person in bright white on this map that's covered in black.
I mean, to be fair, some of the kind of walls are whitish, so.
A little bit. They got some
I mean,
white
if
walls.
you're paying attention, no one truly blends in. Unless we're talking about Vigil and he's hiding in the shadows, which is bullshit.
Yeah. Vigil's.
I did hear they're working on shadows.
Yeah, they're working on the shading.
Yeah.
I ran into a problem as well, obviously, because now I'm on PC, where my low res textures, at long range, the barricades don't look broken.
That's not good.
No, I actually died on when we were playing at Checkpoint because someone was peeking through a barricade was just shattered all the way open. It was like 2 hits open. Kavira was just sitting in there and I couldn't even see the barricade was open. I was just like, motherfucking shit ass. Oh hey, look, it's that hole.
The conspicuous hole.
Yeah, we're gonna use that hole a lot. Almost as much
To
as
be
your
fair,
mom.
it seems the palace owners just are more concerned with like what's in their palace, like outside, like the walls.
Yeah. I almost feel like too, because obviously this is a psychic construct of his perception of the world, that hole is kind of his subconscious wanting to get caught.
I don't think so. I think it's more of his ego's so big he doesn't think anyone could sneak in.
Maybe, but just the fact that the hole exists, you know?
It's little Rooney Squeals.
He's got the little Looney Tunes
like
bit.
cartoon,
Yeah.
like.
Sorry, I should probably stop before we get copyright striked for music
Yeah.
infringement.
Yeah, Looney Tunes would absolutely want to go after
Oh
us.
god, yeah. They're coming for us. I just want to open the doors. I just want to open the doors. Oh yeah, and there's the fucking
Let's go.
dumbass fucking picture of his stupid face.
Ah!
I'm a warrior.
You're not a booty warrior.
I'm sure he wants to be with On.
Just leave her alone. She's into high school.
Yeah.
What's this?
Look, some people they're into jailbait. A lot of those people happen to be in a position where they interact with a lot of kids.
Those people shouldn't be where they're at all.
They really shouldn't. Not that we're gonna name any names
Excuse me, I'm
or
tickled.
major organizations that might or might not be affiliated with it. Oh, okay. Now I remember what we're doing. Yeah, it's been
Yeah,
like
we're sneaking in. We're trying to find all the peoples.
I'm gonna find all the people.
See, because at the top right, investigate the slaves.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna teach you how to smack people in the ass.
Let's go.
They're never gonna see it coming.
I mean, that is one of the songs of the game.
Smack that out on the floor.
No, and you need to stop because we are gonna get copyrighted.
Look, I only speak in references and songs, okay?
Show me your true form.
Which I guess is kind of just another form of references. But
All right.
let's go.
First move is ours.
And now we get to wait for him to turn around so that I can walk up to his ass and beat him.
I mean, you don't really have to sneak up on him. I mean, it's handy.
Dun, dun.
Calm down.
And
Da-da-da.
tear his face off. And it's an ambush.
Yeah, because just like personas, you have to reveal their true self. You rip off their mask. And they're like,
Witness me!
also, Pyrojacks are the cutest.
They are quite nice. I do like the design. I'm a fan of good Halloween design. Like,
It's not
ever
just good
since...
Halloween design, it's just Atlas makes really cute monsters. Yes, all these monsters appear in almost every Shin Megami Tensei game. Like, you can see them from, like, Persona 1 up till now, and probably some other Shin Megami Tensei games, but they're darn cute.
Yeah.
Look at his little
I
head
just-
spin around.
See, that's what I'm talking about, though. Is like the pixie is not as iconic or evocative to me as
No,
the.
I mean they're two most common or popular ones from Atlas and them is Pyrojack, and then their actual mascot is Jack Frost.
Yeah, I remember you have the plushie.
Yeah, he's super cute.
But I love good Halloween design, and ever since Nightmare Before Christmas has kind of just blown up as a Disney brand, marketing brand. It's become very popular to make Halloween design, but it's become very, as a result of the popularity, become very generic and very kind of lackluster. So this one I think is really good because even though it includes a lot of cliche elements, it combines them in an interesting way, and that kind of evokes the Headless Horseman.
Right?
Oh yeah, and there's Morgana slapping his head on the fucking camera.
Yeah. Like he'll do that anytime he's like in your party.
Yeah, 4 experience. And no items, because I didn't hold anybody up. It's like, bitch, we're gonna fuck you
There
up.
will be an upgrade that I think it's with Morgana, because his confidant's tied
I gotta
to
pull his
sword.
face. Gotta touch his face.
Oh.
Always got to touch his face. Blah blah blah. I mean, it's completely
I
useless.
like how we
but
have to go that way, and you just pulled it for no
because it's
reason.
just so fun. His face is so good. It just looks amazing. I just love looking at it going. Blah.
I mean, but that's also a weird design choice. Like, can you imagine in real life saying that you wanted like a switch to open your garage door?
And I want it to be your face where you pull down your jaw and your face goes. "Ah."
What person would be like, do you really want this? It's like, yes.
Yes.
But then on the other point, how do you keep that safe so people just don't come just opening your jaw?
'Cause I mean,
It's
I
like,
would.
ah! Unless it's like maybe your doorbell. I think that would be a better way
Exactly.
because
Yeah.
A keeps
You gotta
you
honk
out.
the nose. It's unfortunate that he's such a disgusting human being because Bill Cosby had a great bit about his favorite doorbell, which is that his wife demanded when they built the house that a doorbell be installed, and the doorbell's very boring. It just goes
The shadows probably won't.
right, really boring.
Yep.
So apparently Cosby
There's a lack of
wanted
distortion
a
here.
doorbell that when you
Maybe
push it,
we'll-
it goes, "Somebody's at the door."
I mean, that's like the best way to let you know someone's at the door.
Now do you
Yeah.
understand? This place is
It'd be
another
hilarious too. I
reality.
would love to see how my dogs would behave with. Oh hey, look, here's a safe place to save.
One could say it's a world in which one's distorted desires. I call such a place a
Yeah,
palace.
so now we're probably gonna go through this and look at all. Oh, at classrooms. He has no power over classrooms because he's a physical education teacher.
No, classrooms, whitewater weakness.
Yeah, he has no power over places of actual learning because all he does is focus on sports.
Only outside, like a dog. Like he can only be outside. No, Kamashita, you're not an indoor person.
I mean, to be fair, with how some of his behavior is, it would not surprise me.
I just want one of the teachers to walk up like, no, Kamashita, you go outside.
Yeah, outside. You take that jailbait outside.
Rockies are everywhere inside.
Outside where you can
You're
hold and be
curious
attacked by
about your outfit,
vultures.
Yeah,
Grr. Sadly, there's no vultures in
there's
Japan.
no vultures in Japan, no. But flying fish.
Yeah. I'm
They're
curious
flying
as
fish
hell
because they
about
jump
it,
out and they
too.
glide.
Yeah.
They can't fly.
Everything is this asshole's fault. I mean, that's why you don't stick your dick in crazy.
More stuff that makes
Just
no
don't be
sense.
crazy.
You're curious about your outfit, aren't you?
Anything distorts a school.
I like how
can
that's
turn
just
into a
them trying to be
castle
like,
this,
hey,
after all.
do you want us to talk about this? And
In
it's
order
like,
to prevent
No.
such
Yes,
your
so.
And
appearance
just
is
look, I get it. I've got a badass long
it's
coat.
like when a game or a movie, when something happens, and you're like, you know, we need to address this.
We really
Honest to
don't.
God,
But like, well, we're gonna like dedicate time to it. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
well,
It's like, this
because
is valuable
I lost
plot
my
This is
content. We could be
handholding.
doing something way better
This is a
now.
game holding hand saying, now we're gonna explain this to you.
I don't want to explain it. I
But
just want
the
to go
best
with
part
But I
is,
do know
once
how to
you get
regain
all
my
the
truth.
explaining
The
done,
reason
the
why
rest
I
of the game
snuck
just
in here
opens up. It's
was
like,
for
Yeah.
you do you.
preliminary investigation of
We
those
might give you some hints
Well,
every
I
now and then,
ended up getting
but it's
caught.
more like, you just do you.
We're gonna front load you for the first 10
Besides,
hours, and then
I've
we're
been
gonna just
tortured by
fucking fuck
Kamoshida
shit up.
too.
I mean, to be fair, Personas have always been about
I'm
100
gonna make you
hours
pay for sure.
long. So at least the first 10 hours is kind of like the giant gate to the rest of
Yeah.
it. So it is a lot of learning, but once you
we're gonna
learn it, then you have like
I'll be
90
counting on
hours.
your skills
You got
this
the skill
time
gate
too,
down.
Ricky.
Yeah, then you kind of have to figure
Don't
out.
worry, I'm not gonna force
I've
I've
it.
been
one
tortured
go.
by Kamoshida too. I've been trapped in this cat body.
It's a model gun though, so it only makes sounds.
What is this, a comic book?
I love his little teeny tiny feetsies.
Yeah.
They're so tiny.
Honestly, I almost called him Kamoshida. Morgana is very sort of Wind Waker in design.
He really is.
Yeah.
You're ready to go.
Giant head, little tiny body, little tiny features.
Yep. He's like a mascot character in Wind
I love how
Waker.
Morgana picked it up right away. That's a toy.
Yeah. Of course it's a toy. This is Japan. You can't have real guns in Japan.
I mean, you can. You're just part of the Yakuza. So, you know.
No, interesting. The Yakuza are not real big on guns because guns bring
sure some
undue
of-
police attention.
I'm sure some of them have it for like that specific moment of like you gotta put them down with the fishes or whatever.
Well, usually they just beat people to death.
That's very true.
Also,
I mean-
killing people as the Yakuza
I mean,
is bad
if
for
movies
business.
have taught me
So.
anything, it's a giant stereotype that everyone in Japan just knows
should write
karate.
something.
Yeah, and if the Yakuza games have taught me anything, it's that no one ever uses guns, and everyone in the Yakuza is very serious and very
they're-
helpful to the
And
community.
they're also very strong to be able to lift up someone's bike, beat some with their
Yeah.
bike, and then put it back like nothing ever happened.
Also, that Yakuza members like to rise up out of trash cans to pick fights with other Yakuza members.
I don't care.
When you tap the desk, they hear it.
That's okay.
Yeah, but basically,
so,
yeah, we're
yeah, it's
gonna be
gonna be
doing
like theater mode,
Mystery
where-
Science Theater shit right here.
Yeah, except we don't have a cute little robot gumball machine.
I mean, you're roughly robot sized.
I mean, I'm just child size. Let's be honest here.
I'm fun-sized.
Please don't say that. I had a pervy high school teacher.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was like Kamashita all over again. And he was a sports teacher.
Damn, dude, sports teachers. It's
Well-
always the sports teachers.
Because I was in
Except when it's not.
Southern California when I went in high school like a bajillion years ago.
Bajillion years ago.
Yeah, it was a very long time.
All 8 of them.
It wasn't 8 years ago. Was it?
I'm assuming you graduated in about 2010, because
Yeah.
your freshman year of
I
college
guess it was
the
8
same as
years. It
mine.
just it feels like
I
it's
know, right?
been longer.
Feels like forever.
Oof. But yeah, I mean, obviously being in Southern California, all the girls are like, I'm gonna dress pretty
Super
much
slutty. Yeah.
because we're also by the beach. So
So you got by the beach. I was in Irvine.
yeah, we
so-
were about 14 blocks from the beach.
Nice.
We're like we literally could. I mean, sometimes in PE we were able to run to the beach.
Oh
and
yeah,
back.
and then here's the creepy side of character design, where they look like bizarre
Come on, man.
naked children with flowers on their heads.
So there's an achievement for getting every single one of these monsters.
Now,
Yeah, I know. It's the gotta catch 'em all effect.
So you can do the new game plus one and kind of keep your roster. So
Yeah.
all the ones that you pretty much nab in the first run, you already have them cataloged, so you don't have to get them again. I never got this little bitch. And the best part is
Is
you
it
can.
because they're too easy to kill by accident?
They're
or-
very easy to kill, especially when you have fire, and if you catch a pyrojack too quickly.
Yeah.
Because you can use pyrojack to hit their weakness. But if you're too strong, you kill them.
Yeah.
I mean, if anyone wants to catch them, but they can't because they're too strong, that's okay. You can fuse your personas to make them.
Yeah.
It's not like somewhere you can only capture them. Well, I think every single persona has an ability to combine and make them. There's giant spreadsheets you can look
Yeah,
up.
I imagine that was something that I really liked about. I mean, everybody loves Pokemon, but I always felt that Pokemon was kind of inferior to Dragon Quest Monsters. Of course, I only got to play the first one that was on like fucking Game Boy Pocket, you know. I played it on Game Boy Advance, so yeah, full
Excellent.
color transition. It was very
nice
nice.
work, team.
But obviously the game kind of lost its way with future sequels. But one thing that I really loved about it was that you could breed monsters together, and instead of doing the Pokemon thing where it's like, okay, you get an existing Pokemon that does this, and it just can learn some of their moves and have some of their base stats. You would get entirely different monsters, and you could breed crazy fucking combos. The nice thing about it too is that
Hey.
unlike Pokemon, where a lot of it was kind of I guess corrected. They controlled. They knew kind of what combinations would be hilariously broken, so they prevented you from doing them entirely. In this one, there were ways around some of the conceivable limitations on the characters.
Hold on.
One moment, please.
What? It really shouldn't.
We'll probably be able to pick it up, but I could close the door and then it probably end it. Yeah. Worst case scenario, I'll hear it and we can just pull it.
Sadly, I can't tweak the audio.
No, but
What?
I can mess with the microphone. Haha. Power. Ready? Alright, so we paused it at 29:09 when I said 1 moment, please, and we're gonna start it in 3, 2, 1, go.
Sorry about that. We had a slight delay.
Yeah. But yeah, basically, you could get around some of the limitations. Like there was this thing called a gold slime, right? It was like a super version of a metal slime. Metal slimes are all
It's-
immune to magic.
It's kind of like a shiny version of Pokemon, but
No.
instead of them just looking different, they're stronger.
No, they're more like it didn't actually have evolutions, but it was kind of basically like the maximum evolution. So the way the breeding would work, right, is that if you got like slimes of certain stats and bred them together, you could get king slimes, which basically is just a giant fat slime that has a crown on its head.
Like King Boo.
Exactly.
All hail King Boo.
Yeah, so gold slimes were basically like the super mega ultra version of metal slimes, in that if you got enough metal slimes
Real
to
quick
hey,
timeout.
bullets.
One thing I don't like about this game is like every time you go into a palace, you only have so many metal bullets. you can
Yeah,
use.
and you said something about how you can only refill them a certain
You have
spaces.
to leave the palace and come back. I mean, there's some items that you're able to have that
Yeah.
can replenish them, but they're like very far and few between. I think if I actually remember correctly.
Are they use up consumables?
Yeah,
Or is
they're
it-
consumables, but I
Oh.
believe you have to tinker with them at your desk. It's not even something where like I'm gonna go to a vending machine and buy extra bullets. It's like you only get so many.
Yeah.
And in some cases, there's some enemies that are really weak to bullets, and you find a lot of them.
Yeah, and you're like, I want to really take them out, but you've only got like 18 shots.
I think you roughly have about 20. Later, I think it's in the 4th or 5th palace, if I'm remembering my timeline correctly, of people. There's some enemies that are weak to bullets, but you can you go to a battle and there's like 5 of them. You're like, and then you keep fighting more, and guess what? Then you keep having more of them, and then you're like, I'm running out of bullets. But at least at that point, everyone has their own set of bullets. But everyone has different kind of guns.
Yeah.
So like Ryuji here, he's gonna have a pump action shotgun.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have Morgana, he's got a slingshot. Then you're gonna have other people that has like one of them, she has an Uzi.
Yeah.
Another one has a revolver.
Not surprised.
Another one essentially has an M16.
That's a little shocking.
And then one has a grenade launcher.
I'm not surprised at all.
So the Uzi, which sounds nice, has a pretty high chance of missing.
Yeah,
So
obviously.
when you whip out the gun, you see, oh, I got all these bullets. But it doesn't mean they're all gonna hit. It's
Yeah.
very annoying.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess the sex kitten is the one with the Uzi. Yep, called it.
Yep.
God, that sounds frustrating. And I hope the game does kind of do it here. I mean, from what you said about fusing personas, it sounds like they do. But one thing that I loved was you could. So normally, all the metal slimes have like 6 hit points. But they're completely immune to all non-physical attacks, and the only physical attacks in the game were literally to hit attack, and then it would do a physical attack. All of the other game attacks you would think would be physical, like cuts, slashes, things like that, still constituted magic attacks. So metal slimes of all varieties are immune to them. So dealing with metal slimes was kind of annoying, but not the end of the world, because you just basically physically attack them 6 times, and then they die. But you could cheat that, because the gold slime was the same way. At its highest, it could have like 10 hit points, and that was max level with all like HP buffs and stuff.
Oh yeah, this is when you get to take over Morgana too.
Yeah, and then I get to fire his.
So you can see like
cannonballs.
he's got ammo, so those are all
Yeah.
little pellets that he has. Oh.
Oh, took him down.
Yep.
I'm just gonna
Stop.
keep shooting him.
No. I mean that's like a waste of bullets.
I
but
can.
I just don't remember if this is part of the. I don't think you've learned that you can absorb personas yet.
No, I actually don't do that until, well, with the way we're going, it's probably going to be part 6 or so, or actually no, part 8, I think.
Don't remember what recording it is.
Yeah,
It's
'cause the
been
next
a
round,
while.
Because Ryuji has his persona.
That's very true.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's when we
To be
learn-
fair, we're on the path of him getting his persona.
Yeah, we're almost there.
Yep.
But you could cheat the system. So breeding wise, you normally breed, like gold golem with a slime, right? And that would get you a gold slime, and it would have at most 9 hit points over the course of its life. But if you bred a metal drake,
Oh, is this where we learn all the attacks?
yeah, if you bred in a metal drake, you could get a gold slime that was immune to magic and had 250 hit points.
So the way Persona works is you have to go to the Velvet Room. In all games, you've had to always go to the Velvet Room to deal with your personas.
The Velvet Room is
It's where evil is, yes. And apparently, every Velvet Room is a representation of the person.
Yeah,
that-
I figured.
So,
because it's psychology.
yeah.
Persona.
So apparently, our person thinks that our life is a prison. I mean,
Yeah.
it makes sense. We got accused for something we really probably shouldn't
Yeah,
have.
I mean, we got everyone thinks we're delinquent because we stopped a rape.
Well, to be fair, we got accused of crime, and we're on
Japan, yeah.
yeah.
We got
But-
accused of a crime in Japan.
But
All out attack.
to be fair, it's the best thing. Plus, the anime that's actually airing right now has this bit,
Yeah.
and it's very nice. But where was I? Oh, so like in the Velvet Room, that's where you can buy personas from the twins. The
Yeah.
twins have a book, and you can buy all the personas that
In case you missed them.
No. You can only buy personas you have obtained.
Oh, so you can buy more of them so that you can fuse
You can
them.
only have one at a time.
I know, but
So
like if
say
you
if we
fuse
have
one, another
Arsene
one.
and
Yeah.
we fuse Arsene, he goes bye-bye, we can buy him again.
Yeah,
so we
that
can still
fuse
have
that.
him.
Oh, so we can still have him. Can we then
Yeah.
fuse him again with someone else? Oh, okay,
You,
so
you
yeah,
can keep
basically-
fusing with people, but buying them allows you to keep obtaining them
Yeah.
and then fusing them, because there's certain combinations that need certain people,
Yeah.
and if you already have them, there's no reason to go find them, fight them, waste SP and all that when you can just buy them
Yeah.
and just kind of shove them together. And then as you go, you eventually get to fuse more than 2, so you can start fusing 3.
Yeah.
And the ultimate, I think you can fuse like 5.
And then they all come together into a Dragon Ball Fusion style Super Vegeto.
I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a really, really, really powerful persona in this game.
Well, we'll probably have to talk about that next time.
You sure about
'Cause
that?
It looks like we're about to enter the Training Hall of Love,
Ooh, spooky.
which, as I recall, is pretty extensive.
I don't really recall.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You don't recall? Because I'm pretty sure that the last time you told me that we should pause it here.
Okay. I mean, I guess we'll pause. So we'll catch you guys next time. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
Ring that bell if you want to see more from us, and we'll hear about the spoilery persona next time. Maybe.
Yeah. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.